The Fantasy Future, the second act. Future Salmon. The lighting is back to base and all are on scene except Josie and Dennis. Enters Faith. Faith's entrance creates a mood transition. Raymond.
Drop your knitting, people. Faith is here. About 5 years ago. Our scenario. The white people of Asarima was such a huge success among many others. And people, I don't know about you, but I can't wait to see our newest set. Oh my gosh, it's like Christmas.
And Hanukkah if you had a Jewish stepmother. Let's hear it for Christmas and Hanukkah.
Her father was Jewish too.
Really?
Then her mom married a Muslim. Wow.
What?
I mean, wow. Let's hear it for Id.
I have some distant cousins in Indonesia. They're really big on it. Hey, I really love this script. It gets right into the issues.
Let's delve into it.
The set starts to change around Faith, but the doorbell rings and lighting goes back to normal from before. Bell sounds like a gavel on TV. Seth answers the door. The audience can't see who is at the door. Seth crosses to original spot. All various improv forms of the following line. Who was that? Who's that? Then Seth. Second time guy shows up about that vacancy I canceled.
For Josie and Dennis?
Felicity. Our spouses, Raymond and I, Craig and my Bernie, all took turns for Dennis. And yours truly put in extra time for our dear Josie. They're coming back, aren't they? What's the need?
Neither. Of course, they're both coming back, and there's no need. I canceled it. That guy gets it this time, I hope. He's pretty stubborn. But let's all grab a seat. Okay, Faith, take it away.
The lighting change and scene once again changes around Faith. There is a scrim upstage in the background. Faith as the vacationer on a communication device. How is your vacation shaping up? Will I see you before you leave for the city of Serenity? Oh, but not here at my high-rise? I will be at my vacation destination tomorrow. Faith touches a device that puts the conversation on speakerphone, which frees her hands. Voiceover.
Right. I can meet you there. Where are you going to for vacation? I will be leaving Planetside in a few days. There's still time.
That's so grand. Oh, I can't wait.
But where are you going?
The Atlantic Bridge.
Oh, nice. So, what are you doing right now?
I'm doing a little bit of shopping. It's such a chore. You know, I would just develop my wardrobe out of my 3D printer the way I had done with my flatware, dishes, tablecloth, napkins, lamps, curtains. But I am a helpless martyr for design labels. It's my one weakness, fortunately for me. But I've had so many screw-ups and bad luck with delivery lately. Do you know there was a crash right below me on the 18th floor, caused by some sort of mix-up in electrical signal, and it's a wonder it didn't blow out my window. Oh, I just hate shopping. It's such a chore. Faith opens the curtain to her floor-to-ceiling high-rise apartment condo window that reveals the view of a metropolitan sky saturated with the traffic of business and commercial drones. A few buildings are pink, some light blue, a couple a combination. Faith continues and is very bored and bothered. Shopping, I swear, I had to send back a pair of shoes and a pair of slacks on 2 separate occasions. They can't get it right. And I lost my lunch during a mixed signal from a lightning storm, and that drone smashed my pickled salmon and avocado all along the side of the building. I can still see some of the dressing that dripped down. But I guess this is better than what it was before they got rid of all those birds. I just want to relax. Before I go on vacation, I need to unwind. I would go to the park, but it's no fun at night, and during the day it's target practice. Gosh, there's nowhere to go. And I have to take the right things to the bridge. I must have the right wardrobe. What's the point of going on vacation if it's just going to be a disaster?
Why on the planet are you fretting so much? Why not forget that crap and do some fun shopping on the bridge?
What? That's even more stressful. Do shopping on my vacation? I can see it now. Articles of my new expensive wardrobe lost on some drone due to a sudden and unexpected swell over the Atlantic. No, thank you.
No. You don't have drones bring you things. You go out and get them yourself. You go out to the stores on the Atlantic Bridge, and I'm telling you, I hear the on-the-foot shopping is fabulous. Simply fabulous. And you can get a manicure, get your hair zapped and relax at the salon spas. The shopping is for relaxation, not drudgery.
Oh, that sounds like vacation to me. I remember salons out on the avenue. They went away because their longevity was tied in with brick and mortar retail. I think the other things disappeared because people didn't want to get shot at or get sick. I should have taken time to really look at my brochure on my watch. I thought all those pictures of fabulous looking buildings were beautiful warehouses for merchandise. Faith looks out her window. Here at home, that's what a lot of these buildings are, since we don't need buildings for stores, restaurants, theaters, or libraries. They're all warehouses or living spaces in the Doppler buildings. Some are relaxing to look at with their pastel colors. Oh, but I digress. You're telling me it's back in the old days when people went shopping on an occasion. I remember I was small. My grandma Wanji, my grandma's mother, took me shopping, and it was an all-day occasion. We even saw an old-fashioned movie. Not on a device. We were in a huge auditorium with a huge screen in front of us. It was so nice. We wore special glasses. The taste of the relaxing yesteryears. The good old days. That's just what I need. Some real relaxation. Friend, I will see you soon. Faith exits. A brief lighting change happens as the high-rise condo transforms into a jet-set vacation hotel suite underwater above the floor of the Atlantic Ocean. The picture window now looks like an aquarium. Enters Faith. She starts laying out snacks. I just can't wait. My guests will be so thrilled now. I need a green popper. I'll call room service. Faith is interrupted by her suite's doorbell, which sounds like well salt. Enters guest. The guest is someone whose gender can't be determined due to the environment suit being worn, which also distorts the vocals. But eyes, nose, and mouth are visible, as it is not yet necessary for the guests to add the faceplate, survival tubes. The two, happy to see each other, greet, embrace with expected discourse that is all not necessarily audible. Guess.
I really didn't mean to come wearing my adjustment suit, but got word I have to get back to Serenity even sooner, like ASAP. So my body has to start prepping for the trip a whole lot sooner. Very little time to visit, but we have at least 2 hours.
Oh, don't worry about all that. I am just so excited you're here. That suit looks so fashioned for it, like the Martian environment. Looks comfortable. Come, have a seat. Get comfortable. And you weren't kidding about the shopping. Tapping on an iPad.
So, are you at least normal yet?
There. Oh, comfy, good. Get rid of that broadcast egress. But anyway, where was I? It's so opulent. It makes my lobby back home look like a tool shed. Oh, do you remember Lane from our first graduate year? Lane should be along soon and bringing a friend, Reese. Reese is a mining engineer. Not only that, Lane showed me this recording device that will allow us to see Lane's living environment in the Olympus Mons province. Lane says it won't be like viewing a photo. It will be a 360-degree image all around us and we'll be like in the center of Lane's living environment in the dome. On the land, we can see the landscape, seeing the Martian sunset. And at night, sometimes you can see the double moons of Phobos and Deimos. And to top that off, we're going to pop some grain that Lane is bringing, and it was one of the first crops successfully grown in Martian soil. I had some back home, and it pops even larger than a kernel of corn, and it's delicious.
Wow, that sounds fantastic. Oh, how long has it been? Let me see. Lane was on the first Martian terror transforming team, right? It has been about...
The guest is cut short by announcement by the Bridge Complex intercom. Intercom voiceover. Attention guests, residents, and staff. Due to high winds and high waves, the Lufthansa shuttle at 900 hours will be delayed. Staff on queue assignment 2 report to the comm right away.
Oh, that's Lane's shuttle. I hope it clears up soon. Well, about 3 years since the team launched, right?
Oh, we can see where it is and what's going on. Faith turns the window into a screen that shows the areas of the bridge.
I can't wait to meet this Reese. You know, you have to be a superhuman to get into that program, including lifting more than your own weight, holding your breath for more than 2 minutes, maintain a 10-mile-an-hour run for 5 minutes after a complete 24-hour drive fast.
The screen shows the bridge connection with Bermuda. The screen shows part of the Atlantic where the bridge connects North Carolina to Bermuda, along with the Atlantic islands to Portugal and Morocco. Pulling back further, the map shows a part of Cuba, and Florida looks as though the tip is chewed off because it's really underwater. There is a smaller bridge network that connects the Caribbean islands to Florida.
That's us, the Cape Verde part of the bridge. I hope it settles down soon.
Oh, this is a great way to kill time. Faith picks up VRV, a virtual reality visor.
It's courtesy the hotel. Take a look. I got a big bang out of these last 2.
The guest handles it for a few minutes. Well, it looks as though they've got everybody's type included. You say you like these two. Yeah, okay. This one. This one is a winner. Hey, that swell is nowhere near us. How about going up on the bridge and look around? The guest, Faith, and the vacationer, Faith, as the vacationer and the guests exit. The intercom sounds again. Lighting change. Intercom voiceover. There is now additional shuttle traffic delay on U.S. Bermuda sector. Repeat. There is now additional shuttle traffic delay on U.S. Bermuda sector. The lighting returns to where it was before. Enter guest and vacationer Faith wearing a designer environmental helmet. Vacationer Faith also carries a fancy bag with a fancy box in it. Faith looks for a mirror.
I must have a shopping addiction. I mean, I have never gone off planet, but I just could not resist these environment suits. I love it. And this faceplate. Let me see your faceplate just for a second.
The guest pulls out the faceplate.
Nothing wrong with spoiling yourself a bit, and you never know. You may need them one day.
Well, maybe someday. But the VRV, it's a different way for one to amuse oneself, but I prefer the real live member of the Homo sapiens species. Besides, it comes with its hazards.
Tell me about it. Did you hear the one in the news about a month ago when this gal's husband was charged for attempted murder? She's asleep, right? He puts this gizmo on her head, and she wakes up not aware of the thing, and she thinks she's walking into the bathroom to shower. But her VRV shows the shower door is open. It's not. Crashes right into it. Lots of blood loss, but she survived. And he's doing a lot of time in community service.
Community service? That's not fair.
I'd say it's fair. He's doing it on Vesta for 6 years.
Wow. Now, Vesta is a moon of Jupiter or moon of Saturn. I've been mixed up on my moons since grade school.
Neither. Vesta is an asteroid. About the community service bit, Vesta has no community. At least not yet. But I guess he's got plenty of dust to sweep up. And the poor slob just had to be lucky enough to be space acclimated. Otherwise, he'd be doing his time close to home, like on Antarctica, like a normal felon.
Oh, what about the one this week? The verdict came in on the gal that got hugged to death by her VRV-controlled, anatomically correct cyborg gigolo. Yes, you heard about it. The company got sued for their malfunctioning dummies. They've had incidents before, but this was the first fatality.
The intercom makes an announcement regarding, but as the intercom continues, Faith and her guest continue their conversation and talk over it.
When are things going back to normal? Oh, Lane, where are you? I know. Until Lane gets here, why not look at some vacation venues? Okay, railway vacations, I can put them on the screen.
That sounds like fun.
Now, we have Ushuaia to Calgary. Interesting.
Wow, the newest build.
There's the time-honored one. They're trying to rename the Orient Express from Madrid through Hamburg and then on through Moscow and Beijing.
I have always wanted to find time to do the one from Cape Town to Cairo. Now that one really blows my hard drive.
That one's included in the package too. And there's the desert venues package. Now, there's one here that has always interested me in the desert package. This one includes everything one needs to know about these vacationing venues: the Gobi Desert, the Kalahari, the Sahara, of course, and perhaps a little overrated is the Mahadi Desert with the Grand Canyon thrown in as a bonus. This is the one gaining popularity, though, the Amazon Desert, my personal favorite.
Hey, if you want to do the Amazon, you need to do it so because the World Congress wants to turn it back into a rainforest.
Why?
Well, its original role as a rainforest was that of the lungs of our planet.
But that's why we have the Doppler buildings.
You know where that name came from?
Not really. I assume that the building system was named for the person who designed it. I always wanted to know, why are they in those nice pastel colors? To break the monotony of the skyline?
It's inspired by the blue and red of the Doppler effect, or the idea of one color representing coming while the other represents going. That's how the oxycarb D buildings got their name. Carbon dioxide moving away from us and oxygen coming into our lungs. And it's the law that they have to be color-coded, the baby blue and pink, because city celebration committees have to know where they can have and not have firework displays. And restoring habitats will help the last remaining endangered species to come back.
Interesting, but with the tasty vegetable proteins we now have, there may not be that much demand for cows, pigs, and chickens anymore. Oh, look! Shuttle traffic is clearing up.
Listen, the only deal about living off planet-side are the necessary trips so the body can adjust. After a while, some months you'll feel ill, and that's corrected by the obligatory trip back to Earth. But unlike salmon going back home, death is now at a minimum. On your return, it's much better, and you can go for months, and then for years before the next trip. It's like the body needs time to acclimate to two different extremes. Look, Faith, have you considered living off planet side? Now, there is no turnover on moon base, nothing happening in serenity nor tranquility in the way of hiring. Just engineering and vacationers wanting to see engineering. So why don't you consider Olympus Mons County? Or will I be headed, after I touch base in Serenity, Olympus Mons Province? The province has 3 villages. OM County is where it's rocking. Man, that's the new frontier. Great place to live. You won't be as confined. And the dating scene is not this claustrophobic craziness. And nobody bothers with that sort of contraption. Guest points to the virtual reality visor. Well, not for companionship.
Oh no, I didn't mean to make it sound as I was complaining. I mean, I really like it, Planetside. Online meetups are much safer now. And the first date, I know what you're thinking. You have to travel miles away for a neutral place like a restaurant or coffee shop. But my building where I live back home, really, you should see my place. That building has everything. Cleaners, groceries, gift shop, hair salon, snack bar, cafe, game room, workout room, a play area if you have kids, just everything. It's the best way to meet a new guy in person. Besides, I can't go to Mars because those living units are prioritized for people from the archipelagos, the islands, lowlands, and people from Florida. Yes, that's true. The populations whose lands are flooded have first dibs, but you can definitely live there if you are a member on the team of new projects. You should apply for the Olympus Mons projects. One of those projects requires me to visit Mars 4 times per Earth year. And living off planetside gives you a refreshed appreciation for Mother Earth. I may seriously consider it. A change of heart already? But you love your plaid. Yes, but I used to love to go packing. That's right, you used to love to go packing. What happened to that? It's simple. I just wanted to stay out of jail and stay alive and healthy. Well, huh? Simply, when somebody in the park or any public place out of doors starts trouble, the authorities show up and they don't care who started it. The authorities got serious and they weren't playing. I'm not complaining. They had to do it. I mean, it actually got to the point where everybody was claiming to be a good guy with a gun. So if you're vertical and not horizontal when the authorities arrive, you're going to take a trip downtown in a paddy wagon. They will send a couple of paddy wagons to all the public venues, and there aren't many of them left. That's why I like my living style now. If my needs are not met in my luxurious living unit, it comes to me. But what you're describing sounds even better. I will give it serious consideration. Okay, I know you have to get to the prep tube right away, but do you have enough? Please take some more hors d'oeuvres.
Oh, why not? They don't allow you more caloric intake until the next check-in, but these suits are the cargo pants of the future. These pouches will preserve stuff for months. I will love some for later.
Well, help yourself. It's too bad Lane won't be here in time and we won't get to meet Reese.
Who knows? We may cross paths. I'm always bumping into mining engineers. They're the jocks and jockettes of the solar system. Those cream-filled Teff and Amaranth buns look good. And those Sacha Inchi. Those Sacha Inchi rolls, yes. I'll take a few of those. I'll have some I'll just say some for them, just in case they finally show up. Give Lane my best, and you might as well make good use of those suits you bought. They're not very handy on Earth.
The guest exits. Faith runs back and pulls out the suits and stands in front of the mirror.
I do need to go off planet side just to show off these fabulous suits.
Oh, yes. The lighting and scene changes back to base. Crossing near center stage are Raymond, Charles, Seth, and Felicity. Enter Dennis and Josie, but near the wings. Stage left or right. Faith is back to her base character. Well, what did you folks like that? What do you think? It's the third rewrite. And Charles and Seth, they're acting like they're hemming and humming around and they're improving. They're rubbing their chins and scratching their heads.
Come on, people. You know you love this.
I love it. I just love it. Well, Felicity, Dennis, Charles, Seth, all the others say, we all love it. I was wondering. Oh, that character. The character's a doofus. Oh, I totally love Doof. If Josie loves it, we've got a winner.
Hey, Dennis, you should have seen the first draft, but it was back when you were having a baby.
So we have another winner. And to avoid having us rest on our laurels, I suggest we cover at least 2 drafts before we're done. And I really suggest at least 2 because with the Dennis and Josie back, I will be returning to my original schedule. So now that I have the time.
Sounds great. Let's get to it. Now, checking my notes, I believe The draft that comes next is exploring one particular political issue, but through the lens of different faiths, religions, and cultures.
Raymond, I sent you ideas and feedback last night. Now, Dennis and I tried to collaborate, but it seems he got caught up in various shades of gray of an issue. Brought up all these cultures.
Yes, and I said if you really flesh out among cultures, you will find something more fascinating than only two basic sides.
Let's hear it.
Oh, all right.
Dennis wanted to compare small indigenous cultures.
Yes, oh my God, it's a smorgasbord. The Ainu of Japan, the Maori of New Zealand, the Dravidians of India, the Circassians of Russia,
and he got carried away.
Is it going to be like a National Geographic's cultural sampling episode? There's more? Oh, okay, Dennis.
Yes, Seth, there's quite a lot more. There's the Yazidi, the Druze, the Rohingya, the Kurds, the Basque, the Melanesian, and there are the Dogon and the Nidabili, the Warani and the Kayapo, with the accent on O. We can showcase some forgotten populations.
And perhaps it can be a separate draft, and you left out your people, the Etruscans and the Sabonis. Even with the contrasts and comparisons of all these cultures, you will still have the two basic sides on some issues. Like certain issues may not have any gray. Look, take pro-life and pro-choice.
Felicity moves in closer to Josie. Go on about how there isn't any gray.
I mean, either you believe in life or you don't.
Have you ever researched both sides? I mean, okay, one side there is the protection of those not fully actualized into our world, but can't you say the same thing for some people on both sides?
No, the other side holds to a different ideal. Sometimes there are birth control failures and the time may be awkward and it may be inconvenient, but life should be prior.
Felicity interrupts, and she crosses to Josie with her back turned. If one side is considered all for life, what do you call the other side?
It's murder.
Faith addresses Seth and Raymond, and Charles, he chimes in.
This isn't one of our topics for this round.
I was thinking the same thing too, Charles.
Highly angered and turning back slowly to Josie, but Raymond is a little too late to intervene.
You hit.
People, let's come back to topic. Okay,
Felicity interrupts Raymond.
You hypocrite! You self-centered, arrogant, self-righteous, judgmental, but...
Oh, whoa, hey, hold on. Dennis interrupted that time.
I got this, babe. What is the deal with you?
Everyone, we only have Faith with us for a limited time, and we want to
set this right. Can we focus?
But Josie screams at but Felicity screams at Josie and interrupts everyone.
I guess that makes me a murderer, since I had one.
Felicity angrily crosses, passing Josie almost in a shoulder check. Exits Felicity. Was that long ago? Do you think Bernard knows about this? Josie, wait! Josie pushes past Dennis.
What the hell is going on?
Josie, more puzzled than annoyed, is almost in a run, goes after Felicity. Josie exits. Dennis crosses to follow, but Seth and Charles call after him. Dennis, 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 wait! Hey, Dennis! Faith, as the one member that is not as familiar with the ensemble as others, looks bewildered and looks to Raymond for sense, while Raymond is just as flummoxed. This concludes the second act, Future Salmon.